That is the thing that a lot of people been talking to for a long, long time is about independence versus being with a major record label. Now you got some artists that say, hey man, it's a good thing. Go ahead and get that bag. You know what I mean? Utilize the label, do what you got to do. You might have to get, pimped out for a couple of years and then you go do your own thing. And then you got people like Slim Thug saying, hey man, listen, I'm staying independent. I keep my mixtape money, all the records and stuff that I've done. I've been here, lasted for a long time. A lot of these rappers not living like me. Woo, 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 and skibidi beep. And hey, a lot of your famous rappers is not living the way that he's living. He's saying that he owns all his stuff, and that's why he's staying independent. But you know us, we just here for the comments. And I want to hear what the people got to say about Slim Thugger, Slim Thug being independent and what they feel about what he had to say. I want to hear what you guys got to say. So let's go ahead and get into these comments. Somebody said that Slim Thug is one of Houston's GOATs. All right. Let's see. Somebody said, yes, sir. Pimp C said Slim Thug was one of the only one that's doing what he say. Big respect to the real Southern G. They say he's a businessman. Somebody just said this ninja is corny. Yo, let me tell you something, man. And that's why I love the comments because, dude, you could really literally save the world and cure all eye surgeries, health, cancers, whatever. And there will still be somebody in the comments clowning you, man. You know what I mean? Clowning you. Somebody said, be a mentor to those that don't know. Could help brothers that's in the industry and entertainment so that they don't blow their money. And you see a lot of that these days, man. There are a lot of brothers coming out now preaching about independence, going the independent route, putting their own money up. Now it's going to fall on some deaf ears, and then some other people are going to be like, you know what? That makes sense. I'm about to have to go the independent route. I'm about to keep all my money. I want to keep my masters, this, that, and the third. But then you got other rappers who is like, man, what's the point of keeping 100% or nothing? And want you know what I mean? So you got both sides of the coin. It is what it is. Thugger always been smart to not sign and remain independent and still living years later as if it was the first year is the next level. Is next level. Well, I'm going to ask you guys. You guys tell me in the comments. Is Slim Thug, although he's independent, and I know we're talking about him now because I'm just scrolling through things I see on Facebook, but would you consider, as being an independent artist, would you consider Slim Thug to be still relevant? Is he popping off like that? Like, are you seeing him? I know he said his stuff is still selling records. I haven't heard any Slim Thug's records as of late. And I know usually for me, I know something's either getting pushed or something's popping when I'm not even checking for it, but I see it all the time. Or I hear it all the time, like a TikTok meme or something like that. You know what I mean? So are there any Slim Thug joints bumping, whether it's in your city, on social media, online? Do you see it? Or are you hearing it? Or are you actually, going to check for it? So y'all let me know in the comments. Let me see. One of the kings of the South. Someone says him and Sauce Walker show how Texas is different than other markets. Thank goodness for Pimp C standing on business to show folks the way. Okay. Here's another one. Independent was the way to go from the start, but major labels made majority of artists think the contract was going to get it. The Deep South wasn't getting the same attention from the major labels early on, and that allowed those independent labels to become staples. Now artists understand that because they saw their favorite artists not taken care of by major labels in the past, and a lot of them didn't have the longevity either. And that's true, man. If you look at your Master P's, your Cash Moneys, who else, man, in the South, man, like that just went the independent route for a minute. I know y'all gonna kill me in the comments. There's somebody else out there. But yeah, that came from the South, man, because for one, they didn't have the labels right there in the vicinity to rock with them. You have to go to like New York, LA, so people in the South, where there's Georgia, Texas or whatnot, they didn't have it. They had to pop that trunk and maybe make it happen. But in turn, that's better for them because when you go the independent route, man, you keep 100% of everything. I think when you sign a record label deal or you do like a 360 deal, they take a part of your cut, whether it's from show money, or I think sometimes you keep all the show money depending on your deal, but they could potentially take a percentage of your show money, the merch, anything that you do, they got their hand in their pocket because they got to recoup. I don't think people understand that, man. A lot of these dudes that's rapping and talking about what they got and all that, they renting. It's not theirs, which renting is cool. I like renting things, but no, it's more of a loan, right? So you're getting a big loan. You got a glorified loan popping off right now, man. So they loan you all this money. You got to pay that back on top of interest, and they charging you for everything, and they scamming you on top of that. Now, true say you can get a big push if you're doing what you're supposed to do and if your music is popping off, or they can shelve you and still be charging you and you never get out of the hole. Then the music is sitting on the shelf, you can't move. So I think, me personally, in this day and age, in 2024, hey, man, you need to go ahead and utilize all the tools at your disposal when it comes to being independent, because you got YouTube, you got TikTok, you got social media influencers. You got so many avenues, bro. You just got to be able to get your bread up. See, when I was doing music back in the day, back in the day I did music, I didn't have the funds that I have now. And even though I had the funds and I could be like, you know what, I can promote my own music, I can get it out there, I know how to get to the bag now. To me, it's not even worth it. Like, me being a rapper is not worth it, man. I might put my music behind one of my dang on anime films or something like that. But in today's age, man, if music is all you have a lot of ways to make money from it. You know what I mean? And being independent, in my opinion, is the way to go. What Slim Thug is saying is dope. Now, as far as the relevancy and like being everywhere and everybody bumping your stuff, you really got to put some money behind it and push it to get it, especially when you talk about radio and all that. We don't even get into all that. Somebody said the independent game comes from the Bay Area. Oh, God, here we go. West Coast in the building. Someone says he's the definition of by the block. Much respect to Slim Thug. He quietly made moves. Hey, fact not. Hey, there's another fact. You know, sometimes when you're independent and, you know, people ain't putting you on blast about every little move that you make and stuff like that, man, and you slowly be building, you slowly doing things behind the scenes. Sometimes a lot of times independently, you're able to make a lot of moves and you can do things and make certain business deals that, you know, doesn't come at a cost because of your fame. Like, because you're famous, you'll get a lot of deals you probably wouldn't get when you're not famous. You know, people want to rock with you, people want to work with you, things of that nature. Now, when you're independently and you're doing your thing and you got a lot of money and stuff, man, you can do your own deals, you know, and people want to work with you instead of having that middleman in there. You know what I mean? The label, whatever, like, oh, no, well, you can't do this collab because we got you under contract, or you can't do this. Like, yo, I think I heard about Slim Thug building his own community and buying all these properties and all that, man. Cut out the middleman. You the person that everybody connects with and works with, and they want to have that one-on-one, you know, dealing with you. I mean, I think that's pretty good, man. Yo, look, shout out to Slim Thug, man. Shout out to what he's doing. He really has, you know, survived the test of time. Like he said in this video, there's a lot of people that have came and went. They ain't got that money like that. They're not living like he's living. To me personally, independent doesn't sound that bad, man. A lot of y'all rappers, if you want to be rappers still in 2024, you still want to be a rapper, I think independent, right? You just got to figure out a way to make that money. Because a lot of these rappers, when they first started out, they had drug money behind them, man. Let's keep it real. Drug money, pimp money, whatever. A lot of times it's not legalized money. Your homeboy that was gangbanging or whatever, or he was the dope boy, he funded the other guy that had the actual talent. Like, a lot of times, man, let's keep it a buck. That's how I get funded to get really pushed out. You have got to find a way to legitimately. And then, once again, this is not, you know, the 90s. This is not the old 10s and 20s. Like, bro, this is 2024. You got social media. You have a lot of different ways to advertise, man. You can run Facebook ads, Instagram, TikTok ads, all kind of Google ads, all type of stuff to get your stuff out there, collab with other people. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get it now, man. We're going to read a couple of more, then I'm going to be off this thing. Let's see. Let me see. Somebody else said, happy to see he's still taking care of his business, taking care of himself. Somebody said, it's cool to be independent now. Back in the day, you wasn't getting on without a label. Even Master P had Universal. And this is the thing. You had no choice. We didn't have social media back in the day, man. The internet changed the playing field. It has done it with movies, television, video gaming, music. I mean, an abundance of other things, man. Cooking channels, all kind of stuff. The internet has even the playing field when it comes to going against the corporations. Now, they still got a leg up on you. They got relationships and a lot of money and influence and all that, but it doesn't mean you can't, open up a lane for yourself and have your own cult-like following and stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? Let's see. Somebody said, but did he sign which help his fan base? Stop it. Nah, but that's the thing, though. Like, some people stay in that deal. They never can get out their deal. You got some people who signed the deal at first, seen how it was whack, and then had to wise up and say, you know what? All right, cool. I'm about to go independent. I can do this myself. Why am I being in the hole with these people? And then they can dictate when my music come out, who I can do it. Like, one of the big scams that you hear is like when an artist want to do a collab with you, they pay you for the collab. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna let the music out, but then the label stops it and say, well, we didn't clear it, so that person just lost out on their money, and now you look bad. It's a whole dirty game, man. That these labels that have no talent, no creativity, no nothing can control you when you're the ones that coming up with all the ideas and the creativity and the influence, and they're telling what you can and cannot do. That's wild to me, man. That's crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? Let me see. Somebody said, yeah, he must be doing something right because I haven't heard any music from him in years. Wow. Well, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay, see, that's the thing about comments, man. It's all about how you read it. But yeah, if he's not putting out a lot of music right now and he's still able to sustain the lifestyle that he's living, that means he must be doing something right because he doesn't need the music to survive. That's what that means. He doesn't need the music. Like, he got all these other different business ventures. He's invested his money. He can drop whenever he wants to. He can collab with whoever he wants to. That's the freedom a lot of artists that's in the mainstream do not have. They got to fulfill these deals, these albums, and these records and all this stuff, and they don't get a chance to keep 100% of the proceeds. Someone said that's because he's a boss first. The average rapper and entertainer are not bosses. They just get a bag for now. Someone else says, easier to be independent now, but back in the pre-internet days, cats had to get signed in order to get spins. Once again, I'm going to drop it on this one. In order to get spins, that's when you're talking about the radio and all that stuff, man. We heard about payola. We heard about all these things. If you don't know what that is, do your own research. But yeah, man, the labels have the power to influence the radio stations, okay? Even with Spotify, Apple Music, they be inflating some of those numbers, man. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a business at the end of the day. We're not going to keep it 100%. Oh, this is the actual factuals. Nah, man, they're going to inflate it. They trying to get this money. They trying to entice you to believe, these numbers going crazy. Everybody spending this thing. Hey, y'all need to go get that. It's a business. They say the music business could be worse than the drug game, man. I mean, I didn't know all these things, and my big brother, shout out Jay the Hitman, used to tell me all the time, like, bro, you really want to do this music thing? It will eat you up and spit you out, man. You know what I mean? It's real out here. Oh, should I say this? Was I supposed to say pause? Anyway, man, you know what I mean? But it'll eat you up and spit you out, something dirty, something crazy. If you're not, on your ones and twos and having a head on a swivel and understanding what's going on in the music industry, because it's a shiesty business. With this game, you are dealing with a lot of things where people want to be number one. People want to make that money. People want influence. And if you sign to a label, you taking on all their... And then another thing about being on the label, bro, that's real crazy that I didn't realize is label mates. See, when you're independent, all you got to do is worry about yourself, what you got going on, this, that, and the third. Yo, man, when you be getting on a label and say you hot and you popping, and then you get with a label, and then they got other artists that's hot and popping too, and now y'all fighting over the money and how they going to divvy up the money. Are they going to put enough money behind your project like they putting behind their project? And if they buy that time slot for that artist to be on the radio, well, what about your time slot to be on it? And they be like, well, yo, you need to go. You put out a whole album, and they're like, nah, you got to turn it into the label. The label look at that music and be like, well, we want you to take it back to the drawing board. And you're like, what? And then while you taking it back to the drawing board, these dudes over here who you feel they stuff is whacking in yours, they promoting that thing heavy. It's everywhere. It's all on, like, now that's going to build animosity. So when you see some artists crash out, or they be like, man, label ain't supporting me, but they supporting this artist, and then they start beefing with that artist, and dude, it's a whole lot going on, man. Distribution, spins, all. Dude, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So when you're with a label, understand you are losing a lot of control when it comes to your career. Is it worth what you give up for what you gain? I don't know, man. I feel like me personally, if I really was just in a rap game and I had a song that blew up, right? Which I wouldn't want to be in that situation either, because I would want to build an ideal thing for me is to build a fan base organically, have people that rock with me, then have a song that blow. If I did do a record deal, I would do like a 1-album deal, something that just in and out, give me a nice bag, fulfill my duties, and then just go straight independent. Don't even re-sign or none of that. Because if you can build that big hype around yourself, then fantastic, because you have all the tools. Now, if you don't have no money like me, I have the money to do it. Not on that, like I can do it, but I'm not like saying I just drop 50,000, 60,000. I got a little bit more to work with where I can run advertising to help. I know how to sell my own merch, all that stuff. So I have a little bit of an advantage. So if you learn those different things and learn how to capitalize off your audience, then you really don't need a label, man. I think the label is more so just to push to get more eyes and viewership on you. You know, that'll help. Maybe you can get some collabs with certain people that's on the label a little bit easier. You know, that might come out of the budget or whatnot, work with certain producers. But at the end of the day, man, we have so many different technologies and way to make your own beats from your phone and record anywhere. Hey, man, if you really, really, really want it and you didn't have a whole lot of money, it is possible, man. So independent route, what Slim Thug is saying is definitely dope. It's definitely great, especially when you master it and you know how to do it and you've been doing it, man. So I say go for it, man. Go for the independent route. It's definitely doable, and it's definitely worth it at the end of the day when you own and control everything that you got going on, you know? So you already know what it is, man. I'm just here for the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments below. All right, if you're looking at this artwork and everything, man, if you don't know, I am an artist. Not a rap artist, an artist. You know what I mean? Like I actually draw, and if you want to support, go ahead. But yeah, man, we'll be back with some more stuff, man. You put it in the comments. Would you go independent or would you go with a label? And tell me why in the comments, man. I'm going to talk to y'all later, man. Peace. These shirts were made in the U.S., which means sizes run true to size, if not slightly bigger. We make art, we sell art. And our shirts range from small to 5XL. So big and tall, we got you covered. We use polyester fleece materials, which means they're very soft and breathable. Love the vibrant colors? Well, don't worry. They don't fade or shrink after washing. Tired of the same old boring images used over and over again? Or just a square image right in the middle of your shirt? Our shirts are custom designed and fully wrapped all the way around. We have sold thousands of orders all over the US to happy customers. So what are you waiting for? Order some of the most amazing, vibrant, and soft t-shirts in the industry today. We make art, we sell art. In your face!